Hey, what's up? Hello. Welcome. Yeah, welcome. How you fellas doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Doing good? Good.
I'm nice
good.
and limber.
I'm Jacob. I am not as limber, but I'm Jacob. That is the Limber Eagle and Brent. Say hello, boys.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
I'm still trying to shout from last week, like making sure the microphone gets us.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh,
Hey.
sorry if I hurt you people at home in your headphones. We are the besties. That means Bloodshot Eyes and Sore Thumbs podcast. Just another reason to stay up. Am I right?
Yes.
You're correct.
Thank you to all listeners, new and old, especially ones who tuned in last week. As you can tell by our audio quality, we are no longer in the flesh this week. We are out of the flesh.
Wipes
fleshed it out.
sweat off brow.
Yeah. Last week was very special that we were happy to have so many members of our fam under one roof and decided we weren't going to postpone recording for the show because I get pissed off when podcasts don't come out on certain weeks and whatnot. And we're going to do it anyway. And we also found out that there is a lot to learn. So yeah, about this. We are new at this, learning as we go, and so we kind of, we want to thank you all out there so sincerely for your patience for our round table, quite literally recording last week. We used one microphone and had to get everybody around, and just said I'm not a Scientologist. Scientologist or a scientist. Run it.
You know, Scientologists
Segue,
and their audio
edit.
quality.
What's this canister that rolled in here? It says flashback.
All right, well, I'll pick up the torch.
All I do is open and close umbrellas for a living, so so I don't know much about microphones. So thank you. Long story short, thank you everybody for dealing with our audio quality last week. We like to try some new stuff. We like to figure this out as we go. So I'm going to introduce you guys again because I just talked a very, very long time. This is Best Eagle Alive, the Eagle.
Hey, so what's up, fellas? I'm glad to be back in the booth. At this high-dollar, expensive recording studio. Joke.
Very high dollar.
Jokes implied, I guess.
Okay, Brent, are you ready? All right.
I'm ready. Hello.
It's the old,
I'm here.
and then
I'm here.
we have the old crow, Brent.
Hello. Yeah, it's good to be back in our respective studios, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy the little bit nicer of audio quality, even though I have more monitors than microphones in here.
It sounded like we were inside a bathroom.
Yeah.
Like we were all just taking a shower.
It's like I was playing
No, we were.
Battlegrounds, just trying to hide in the tub.
Yeah.
Hope they don't find me.
Audience, we were in a bathroom. Just imagine that. Just picture that. That's where we were. Sitting on toilets and
Suds,
sinks.
foaming, collecting.
Glistening with
Most
sweat and
inappropriate of
anticipation.
spaces. Okay, speaking of listeners, they're out there and they're ready for us to get to it. And what it is that we get to is gaming culture, and talking about it. And we really enjoy ourselves doing it. A little bit of news to get started off with the show. We have just a little administrative stuff. We have a new domain, and I'm going to say it's sexy. I'm digging it, dude. I'm digging it. We are now wait, get your phones out, get your pens and papers. edgystances.com.
Ooh!
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
What about Squarespace?
Just took a complete left turn. Well, we leveled up, bud. We leveled up. We don't have to, we don't have to give our little brother's website out anymore. We have a.
we went out on the internet and grinded for some XP.
Yeah, there you go. We got a domain now. We're not just MySpace no more.
Woo woo.
Prestiging in real life is a lot different than Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not only that, but we have emails now too. So you can find us at edgystances.com, and I am Jacob at edgystances.com. Send me a letter.
Ooh, send me an electronic letter at Eagle at edgystances.com.
Send to me a picture of your favorite carpet piece.
Ooh, careful.
Tapestry?
Ooh, this is the internet, bud. They have imagination.
Fucking send them on, man. Brent.
Wait, hold on. You didn't want Spider at EdgyStances? Because you were definitely Spider at EdgyStances.com.
Wait, you put me Spider at... Well,
you made such a big deal about being the Spider.
Well,
You
then
made a costume and everything.
well,
I'm sorry. We're not going to do this here. All right, I'll change. It's already changed. It's Brent@edgystances.com.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, yeah. Well, don't thank me because I'm too angry to say you're welcome. All right, so news. Here we go. Woo! Besides the new domain and the new emails, we have some news once again for another show on Destiny 2. The beta. We finally got a date on the PC, which, am I wrong to think that should have been out by now? Not like they should have done it, but I just thought that date was already announced. I thought people would be playing on PC already.
Yes, you're wrong. I don't necessarily understand the question, but we do have the date, and it is here. It's a port. Obviously, it was on Destiny. The original was on consoles, and they are now porting it over to PC, and that date is August 28th. So yeah, those of you that are like me and have a PC, we will get to play with the beta on the
Indeed.
28th.
The
of
thing
August.
that has me, I guess, I don't know, worried. I'm not a PC player. It doesn't affect me too much. But I've never understood really the point of putting out a beta, within a couple weeks of, the game releasing. Because it's not technically a beta. The game is, for the most part, finished. They're shipping it on copies. It's probably being made. Probably more of like a server stress test or something at that point, which is, I mean, that's interesting to me. Like, at least with the console beta being a month and a half, 2 months early,
Pretty much.
that could give them a little bit of time to make some changes and balance updates. But with it so close to launch, I feel as though the beta that you play is pretty much representative of the final product that you're going to get in a couple weeks later.
Honestly, if I could sneak it in real quick, what I meant by my question was when the announcements were originally made, it was what was it, PlayStation first, because that's their agreement with Sony, their beta would open, and then the Xbox after that. I was under the impression that it was just like a day or two later the PC would be on there too, and so like PC beta players would already be on it, which links into what Eagle's saying about it being so close to actual release date at that point. It's like, I don't know. I feel bad for folks with PC because I'm pretty sure I said last week, I think Destiny on PC is a really big deal. I think if Destiny had come out, a few years prior and had been on PC the whole time, it would be up there with World of Warcraft right now. Yeah, I mean, it's arguable that it already is, but, as far as how many people are on it.
Yeah.
I feel I'm talking way too much about it.
No,
I don't want to overstep my bounds. I'm just saying, like, I feel like its natural state, the way that it plays and everything, I feel like it'd be just perfect on PC.
I feel like it's a little bit odd just because it's such a big deal for it to come to PC. I feel like it would have been like their tentpole, like PC gets the first beta and PC gets it, this and this and that, which I guess with their, relationship and agreements with Sony, that might be kneecapping that PC release. I guess that's the question that I have is the deal with Sony doing any damage to the PC release?
Yeah, I'll say that, they didn't have an exact date announced when for the PC beta as they did with the Xbox and PS4. Like, we're just now getting the date of this beta. That did kind of make me feel a little strange. Hello.
There he is.
Sorry about
He's
that.
there.
Co-host just woke up from a nap behind me.
Just wanted to say hello. But yeah, I mean, it kind of does get me a little worried if there is some problems going on with it, the port over, and maybe the game that we're going to get on PC on release isn't going to be the finished product that the consoles do get. But I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm still super excited for it.
On August 28th when this beta is released, let's hope that it's a rock solid, awesome beta for the PCs. And, if that's the case, then, all the worries go away, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I think everybody just wants it to be so good. They're just holding it, to a really high bar right now. So, hope Bungie delivers. They usually do, as of their history.
Hopefully not a prophecy of dark days for the Master Race.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I want to talk about this right now. It's next up in the news. It's Metal Gear Solid 5 news, which always, I'm always down for. You get to play as Ocelot, apparently. This is what I got hit with. I actually have the Google page up in front of me right now to try and get the details. I was so excited about it.
I was just pretty excited to have a little tidbit of news to hang over you guys today.
Yeah.
It's just good.
The guy that doesn't play Metal Gear has a
Good,
little bit
because
of
we're
news
not a
about
team. This is really the Hunger Games podcast where we fight each other for content.
I will choke you out over Ocelot.
This is my scoop.
But let me ask you this though, like on a serious note, as someone who hasn't played much Metal Gear or anything like that, as first of all, in Metal Gear Solid 5, are there other playable characters other than like the standard Snake?
Playable?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
that kind of took me off guard. I'm trying to dig in the memory crate here.
Well, I mean, you can get any other person's. This is gonna sound weird, but skin. You can.
Yeah.
You can have any other like character's skin.
And in
God,
the online function. But if you're playing campaign, you're always Snake underneath it all.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, yeah. But you can even become like some like the troops that you kidnap with balloons. Like they'll have their own skins that you can.
How old are these troops?
Them as well.
Speaking of that, the wormhole generator is getting an update too. It's man, how do you tell somebody what the Fulton is who doesn't know what the Fulton system is?
Yeah, I mean, you basically just told me you kidnapped people with balloons. You really sound like a pedophile to me.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
There's no. I guess there are kids in that game. But
you better not be.
There are children
attaching any Fultons to kids out there. Okay, let me just throw that out.
Cop. Okay, so I'm gonna steer this back onto the road here. So you get a wormhole generator upgrade for your Fulton. You get new swimsuits for some of your dudes that you station at your mother base.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. I know, man. It's making it look all chill. I want my base to be just decked out in kimonos. There's nothing chiller.
Can you add
nothing
tiki
chiller
torches
than a
or anything?
kimono.
Or?
Well, the swimsuits are called the Goblin and the Megalodon.
Oh God!
So I mean,
sounds like Shark Week.
I just know these guys are silly, and I'm looking for it. I am looking at a photo of you playing as Ocelot, and he's dual wielding.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, really?
Yeah. We're gonna have to put this in the notes. I wish the research was a little bit more complete, but this is seriously hot off the press.
Well, that's cool. I'm surprised that they're still updating it, this far after release, but that's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm curious of why this is, because they haven't had many major updates in a while, right?
I suppose.
So maybe we're gonna, they're gonna update this to get the community's eyes back on Metal Gear for a bit, and maybe they're gonna drop some fresh news.
I wonder if it's them
because it's super rad.
I wonder if it's them just stirring the pot a little bit for Metal Gear Survive, like keeping.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I heard that was canned, but then I heard it was on.
No, it's on, baby.
And yeah, I also heard a little bit of chatter from a few weeks ago before the whole E3 event that it might have been there, but it wasn't. And yeah, and this segment is about things that are. So moving on, we're looking at speaking of updates and additions on Forza Horizon 3. Eagle, Forza's your world.
Yeah, I definitely like the Horizon series of Forza. That's definitely my baby. But so scrolling through Twitter a little bit earlier today, and Final Fantasy 15 has had stuff going on left and right. DLC additions, and earlier today I saw a picture of Invincible suits. I don't know what that is. They look silly, but what isn't silly in that game?
Have you seen this Clash of Clans cell phone game?
Yeah, I sure have.
Or Clash of Clan-ish, excuse me. Cell phone. I haven't downloaded it, but I'm presuming that's what it plays like.
Yeah.
They are all over the place with this, dude.
Yeah, and speaking of all over the place, they're adding the Regalia to Forza Horizon 3's car lineup. I just, it's so weird, but I like it, I guess.
Yeah. At least it won't go off the track.
You're bringing up a sore subject. I'm wondering if you're just cruising along down a track, next to a beach in Forza Horizon, because it's set in Australia. And you got all this awesome scenery around. I wonder if Prompto is just gonna lean over and ask if you want to take a selfie next to the waterfall.
Like koala bear. Like before the race is over, you have to pick which photos to eliminate
Like,
out of your photo album.
I hope I get to drink some potions while driving in that game.
I want the race to start, and I'll just go to the world map and pick fast travel on the checkered flag, and
Record
wait
time.
wait 20 minutes for the load screen and lose the race.
Ouch. That hurts. That hurts
that's
me.
goofy. That's super goofy, and so in my book, that makes it super awesome. I can't wait to see what this thing looks like. What were you saying? We were talking about it earlier. Like, what if you're driving it in the back window? You could see like 4 dudes sitting in there,
Dude, that would be
like
so
with
awesome.
crazy hair.
There's like
With crazy
Gladio
Final Fantasy
with
hair.
his arm out the window. It would be amazing. Yeah.
I have to make my special stew with ramen.
Don't. Oh,
Anyway,
the cup noodle ads. Oh.
finally, what I have just in our little news section here is a tweet from some dude named Phil Spencer, some dude that wants to talk about the Xbox One X.
Yeah, who is
And
this
you know
guy?
what? He says that who's this guy, Mr. Xbox? He says it's done and that pre-orders are starting up soon.
Yeah, and the reason this should
that's
matter
right.
is this guy's the head of Xbox. You know, he is.
Indeed. So it's the truth.
Yeah. This is King Xbox or Emperor Xbox. I don't know their titles. If he's a czar or something.
Mm-hmm.
But he said he put on Twitter that, quote, their plan is set. The Xbox One X pre-orders will start soon, and that would allude to it passing all the certifications like with FCC and stuff like that. So it should be ready to go here, boys. Getting excited.
Born excited.
4K excited.
Yeah, and we all heard the price, $500. That's cool with me.
It's expensive, but
All right.
there have been reports saying that Microsoft is probably losing money on each one of these consoles that they sell. So, hearing that makes me not feel so bad about the price. Obviously wish it was lower. I wish it was $25, and I wish they sold them at Speedway, but they don't. So, I'm glad that they got the price as low as they could, and hopefully they can just back it up with awesome games.
Yeah. Speaking of the Xbox One X, Brent was talking to me earlier about some stuff that was going on with PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and their move to the consoles, and the Xbox One just kind of came up. And I don't know, made me a little excited to hear. Brent, are you there, by the way?
I don't think so. I think he is gone.
Terrific.
But, speaking of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, they have had a lot of information coming out this week about some things. They've got some major updates coming out. They got their first-person servers rolling. They've also unveiled some new cosmetics, which, if you're a fan of the movie Battle Royale, the old-school Japanese one, they're all based off of that. So, you're talking tracksuits, schoolgirl uniforms. It is out of control.
Yeah, sounds pretty crazy. What he was saying was that, honestly, he's the one with the headlines more available to him because, he plays it on PC, so he's a little bit closer to it. But where they're testing it right now with the Xbox One X processors and all that, he says they only have it up to about 30 to 40 frames per second thus far, which kind of bums us out a little bit because I don't know, I tend to infer that means we're probably not going to get it as soon as I was hoping to. I don't know where I got the figure, but I was hoping for September to get PlayerUnknown Battleground on a console. I don't know if I just got that from just some, journalist article or what.
Well, I think you're a couple months early. E3 time, they kind of said late October, early November is what they're shooting for. So, hopefully they can stick to that. And they did say that they have it running around 30, 40 frames a second. But on the plus side, they are saying that that's running on a full 100-man server, which is awesome. And they said that was very, very little work from porting from the PC. So that's backing up the statements that Xbox is saying that it's easy for developers to move over to the Xbox One X as far as, getting the resolution up to 4K and using that processor to hopefully get something close to 60 frames a second. We'd love to see that. So they got a couple months. Hopefully they can get a little more optimized. And higher resolution. The worrying thing, though, that I will side with you on, Jacob, is that is running on the Xbox One X, which is a lot more powerful than our launch day Xboxes. So, hopefully they can get it optimized and running well on the launch day ones too, all the same.
All right. Hello, we're back. Hey, guys.
Hey.
You hiding on us?
Yeah, I just got real nervous.
I feel so nervous and awkward right now, guys.
I know we were talking about Battlegrounds. I didn't expect you to actually go outside and hide in a bush and wait for me.
Yeah,
dude, this chicken dinner thing has got to stop, man. We're in the middle of an episode this time.
Dude, I'm so addicted. It's just we start talking about it, and I gotta play. I just got like 1 minute in, so I'm good now.
I sent you those Google leaks. Can't you see that PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds or chicken dinners destroy families?
I heard, I heard about that, and I didn't believe it. But,
I sent you that pamphlet.
All right, check my new article: How Chicken Dinner Destroys Podcasts.
Yeah.
Also, how Skype will really let you down.
But. Yeah. But yeah, so PUBG, you guys touched on the Xbox port and how all that's doing.
And some cosmetics.
From the movie Battle Royale, right?
Right. I'm pretty hyped. I want a tracksuit.
They look so silly though, like seeing like the actual skins and then to the movie, like they're really spot on.
Yeah,
they just look kind of goofy.
It's spooky. Dude, that movie is disturbing.
The only thing that I can think about is like some of the skirts that the girls have. Are the guy characters gonna wear the skirts, or are they gonna like morph into pants? You know what I mean?
It's 2017, but it doesn't matter.
I mean,
we're gonna see a lot of dudes.
Rompers.
Oh, we're gonna see a lot of dudes running around in skirts in PUBG if that's the case.
Oh, you better believe
the romper stompers.
But to touch on the monthly update, I did a little bit last week. Like I said, it's gonna be bringing in first person to solo and dual matchmaking in PUBG, not squads just yet. And they announced a new gun, a Mini 14 or Mark 14 rifle, which it's going to play just like the SKS, single fire only, long distance. But one thing that they said with that is it's only going to drop in the crates, which I don't really like that because I'm gonna go for the SKS every time, and the Mark 14 is pretty much gonna be the same thing. It'll probably shoot faster, because it's 5.56.
Now, when you say it's coming in the crates, do you mean like the airdrops in the match?
Yes. I'm sorry. The airdrop crates. And so to get one of those, everyone sees that on the map and everyone goes for it. And if I get there and get a level 3 helmet and just a Mini 14, that's not worth it to me at all. Because I could just go find an SKS in an abandoned building instead of having 30 people looking at this crate all shooting at you while you're flying across the field trying to get it. So that's strange. I don't really know why they're doing that, but we'll see how that works out.
Yeah. Speaking of crates, they made some updates to their loot system, right? Like for their cosmetics.
Yeah, they announced that they're gonna have I guess keys and crates just like Counter-Strike or Overwatch. You can pay in Overwatch as well, right? Yeah.
You can just buy a loot box.
Rocket League.
Yeah, they don't do the key system because the key system insinuates that you receive a loot box, like in the game or something, but then you have to pay a few bucks for a key to actually open it.
Yeah. So they announced there's going to be a pay loot system in PUBG coming. The community kind of seemed to get up in arms about it, but they said it's purely cosmetic, so I don't really care either way. But I mean, they already have it now that you kind of earn points over the course of the matches you play, and then you can open little crates that way. I don't really know why they're bringing money into it. I feel like they've been selling pretty good on their own without these microtransactions, but that's coming as well.
I have the one small problem I have with it. I'm glad it's just cosmetics and it's not like actual guns or equipment or anything like that. The trouble I have though is the game is technically still in early access. It's not even fully released yet.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me that's like, hey, like I know you want to do cosmetics and microtransactions, but can we finish this game first? Like, can we get it done and out there so we can all play it, and then we can give you tons of money for our skins?
Yeah.
Maybe the money goes towards their efforts.
True.
Well,
and,
sure.
They've already sold 5 million copies, and it's a super hot game right now. I totally understand why they're doing it. I feel like they're tiptoeing that line, just like Ark did earlier this year with releasing a paid like $20 DLC while they're still in early access.
Yeah. And
it's not
I
that
don't know.
bad.
PlayerUnknown's is fun, but they need to get that out there on consoles before the sparkle fades. They need to get it in more hands. I mean, they can't just run on PC just on a beta forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but like Eagle said, it's in 5 million hands already. But obviously the console community is going to blow that game up.
Yeah.
But
and I did see, the Battlegrounds news minute on it. It sold its 5 millionth copy this week, and also it surpassed. It's the first non-Valve game to be top of Steam.
Wow.
It's crazy. It is on fire.
Yeah. Shout out to Tequila Works too for being number 9 on Steam. Yep.
There you go, baby.
Sexy Brutal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
High flying.
That game is so cool.
Well, without doing a whole nother episode on PlayerUnknown, it does have. Yeah, I know. I want mine too. But I gotta wait for console. But this does have a lot to do with one of the things that we wanted to talk about on this episode, which is this whole stream sniping. I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. This whole stream sniping. We have 2 big stories that kind of piqued my interest about it because I don't play, but they've made it to my news feeds regardless. And so it's a big deal in a place of where do you think the line is? What do you think is right to do? And so I'm presume that you two are pretty familiar with Dr. Disrespect, and and then quite recently, with Summit, this situation going on regarding stream sniping, which isn't like an incursion that they did. We'll get into it in just a second, but bans being handed out now, and a lot of people questioning, what's just part of the game and what is actually cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird because anytime something like this happens where there hasn't been a precedent, this is something new that we're having to deal with, as a community, and then the other side, the industry side of things, like, how far do these developers and companies go, trying to tackle the problem.
Yeah.
And to explain it a little, simply, in case you're not familiar with, streaming and stuff, these guys, they play video games and they stream it live to the world, so anybody can tune in and watch what they're playing, and, a lot of times see them on camera and hear what they're saying and the whole 9 yards. And the issue comes into when some of their viewers try their best to get into the games that these guys are playing, right?
Yeah.
The actual match against them. And then, they have the advantage of seeing this player's stream. So, they, for instance, in Battlegrounds, like, they know which house the person's in and what room they're in because they can see it on the computer.
What they're using.
Right.
People might be familiar with it called screen cheating if you ever played a split screen game.
Yeah, late stage screen looking syndrome.
Yep. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what they're doing. It's screen cheating.
Yeah, new millenniumized.
Yeah, for real.
Pretty much, dude. Next level screen looking, which in itself, is questionable if it's cheating or not. I mean, yes, at face value it's cheating, but how about a little bit of real time context for these folks? Eagle, what happened with this character Dr. Disrespect last week?
Well, so Dr. Disrespect was a little bit of a different situation in that it wasn't necessarily a stream sniping. He's had problems with stream sniping. Dr. Disrespect has even started. To give you an idea, when the match of Battlegrounds start, you fly over the whole map in an airplane and you choose, where you want to start. Right? You jump out, you parachute, and you choose a town or a part of the map which you want to start at. And so he started to put up, like a different scene on his stream so that you can't see where he drops. He covers his map so you can't see exactly where he's at. And then after all the stream sniping has started, he's actually starting to run his stream at like a 5-minute delay, I believe.
Yeah.
That like by the time you see where he's at in the map, he's already done with that match and has moved on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
he is there to win, though, right? He is there for his overall score and to win for his fans.
Correct. Yeah,
right,
he is. 100% competition. He was brought into the news recently with a tussle with PlayerUnknown himself, which we can talk a little bit about later. But it got really heated, and he ended up getting banned from the game for a few days, kind of from popping off at the developer and team killing, which is against the terms of service of the game. But the big example that happened recently was with this guy Summit 1G, which I've watched all the videos of it and the clips from the stream, and like it's tough because I don't know how if it's cheating or if it's you open yourself up for people like this.
Yeah, and to be clear again, like we're not trying to take a side. We're just saying what's happening. We're not like trying to judge people's comments or anything like that. We're just saying what happened.
It's a weird thing because like we stream. This isn't something that's completely foreign to us. We just have, I guess, the luxury of not having 50,000 people watching us at one time. Wanting to be on TV. Like hey, look, Mom, I'm on TV. I just killed this famous streamer. Everybody's laughing at him. Like that's trying to be a troll.
Yeah, and so that's something that's going on. This fella's streaming, many fans watching. Man, how do you long story short this? Somebody got banned for 7 days from PUBG by Bluehole, and that's the people that run it and all that. Correct. I just want to make sure I get everything right so that nobody's, offended.
Well, so I guess the easiest way to long story short it is Summit's playing Battlegrounds. Throughout the day, he's been streaming, and he's been killed a few times by the same guy. I won't share his gamer tag. You can go look at the story if you want to go on
it's
this
all
witch
up there.
Hunt. But basically on his stream, he finally bursts out in a fit of anger and it's like, oh, this guy's stream sniping me, like again.
Yeah,
it's him.
To be clear, it was a stress meow. You know how cats, when they want you to like say hi to them and they're just so worked up, they just walk around and meow. It's a stress. Like it's clear to me, it seemed like a stress exhaustion of energy. Like I died a bunch of time. Stupid hacker. Blah, blah, blah. But in 30 seconds, you're it's just whatever. You're just running your mouth. Yeah. It's fine.
Right. And so shortly after that, the guy that had killed Summit a few times throughout the day found himself banned from Battlegrounds with really no explanation.
Yeah. Heard that he or she had to find out why.
Yeah. You have to like reach out and like, whoa, what's going on? Because he was playing with a teammate at the time who didn't suffer any bans or anything like that. So it seemed very deliberate. And so apparently, the proof, after people have done some researching, it does look like the guy was stream sniping,
or at least manipulating a little bit.
Yeah, like it could have been as little as he knows Summit is about to go into matchmaking, so he goes at the same time, hoping he just gets randomly match made with him, or it could have been a little bit more insidious than that. We're not too sure. But yeah, it's a weird line because. I think Muselk said it really well on Twitter the other day. He said, hey, if I take a picture of my front door and address and post it on Twitter and expect people not to show up, I'm the asshole. It's like, yeah, you're opening the door, so it's pretty weird. But I do think Summit didn't help with his response.
Yeah.
That's a bit silly to me to say that, though. I mean, that's like saying if I'm playing CSGO competitively and a hacker comes in and instantly kills all of us, whatever, we lose, and they're gonna be like, well, you shouldn't play the game, there's hacks out there. It's like, yeah, but that's the other people's choice.
Yeah, I guess I should just wall up my front door.
Yeah, like
I guess I'm not leaving.
I think the conversation leads to, though, is stream sniping cheating or because you don't have to stream.
Yeah, face value at the core of the word. Yes, Brent, I agree with you. It's manipulation of the rules. It's cheating. To what end? That makes it different.
It's 100% cheating me. It's people being assholes, and I know you're never gonna get there's never gonna not be assholes out there. There obviously will be, but it can ruin the game for somebody, especially if it happens over and over and over again. Like it was happening to Summit, and it's the same guy killing him, and he just calls out this guy stream sniping. He's been streaming for years. He knows when these things happen, and he got banned, and he called the guy. It's not like, I don't know, did Summit like contact Bluehole and like, hey, ban this guy or whatnot?
I don't think so, and that's part of the backlash. Is it seems at this point, whether it's your stature, I'm not going to say as to who he is specifically or anything. I can only say based on comments and responses to the articles that I read on the subject, is that a lot of folks are kind of afraid. They're like, okay, well, if somebody makes a lot of money for you on your streaming service or for your game, like, can they just call out which, and this person is burned at a stake? Like whoever they want, or banned for 7 days, which I know is a little dramatic. It's not as bad, but still though, the principle's there. Like, can they just yell out something like hacker and then get somebody banned just because of is it a stature thing with streaming? Like, end of the day, is it a marketing thing?
Well, I would say it's, I guess it's stature, but you have to realize Summit 1G is a really, really big streamer, and maybe people from Bluehole were watching him. Or, people were so mad at him, like, oh, just because, he's a big streamer, then he can say whatever he wants. I would say Bluehole definitely is going to hold these streamers to high regards, because they really did push this game. Like, without streamers, I don't think we would be at a 5 million mark right now.
Yeah, I think, and that's where I think Bluehole and, developers that are going to be in the same situation, with their games, have to really be careful, because, you can't alienate the streamer, because the streamer is probably your biggest unpaid salesman, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. How many people are buying this game because of, Summit and Grims and Disrespect playing this stuff? And then at the same time is, they're not paid by Bluehole to.
No.
Probably, there might be sponsorships or, something coming down the line to make sure they still play that game. But, they don't have a boss. If Summit 1G wants to pop off and say some crazy things, the reason he should suffer is his viewers should leave.
Yeah.
And
right.
Yeah.
It's such a weird place, because this is all new in the last few years.
Not saying that viewers should leave because of this, just saying in general, like, can you really police these people, or do you let the crowd police them by just going somewhere else?
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's kind of what happened here, and I don't know. I shake my head at the people that were mad at Summit because this dude got banned, but it wasn't Summit's decision. He just said that dude has been killing me all day. He streamed sniping, and later on moved on, and then the Bluehole banned him for 7 days. So what? They didn't completely ban his account.
Well, people's rights still need to be respected, Brent, but I will say this. None of this would happen if there weren't assholes out there. So if you're an asshole and you're listening to this, stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop being or try to not be an asshole, because like whether the person did it or not, and to be fair, there according to the articles that I've read, there is arguable evidence that the person quit out of lobbies, and tried to track his target or her target, and you're an asshole. Like if you did that, and that's what you knew you were doing something that was out of the ordinary. Killing this person specifically is not going to necessarily help your personal rank or standings. You are just being somebody who wants to disrupt this person's time with his fans.
Trolls. And trolls are never going to go away.
But just because he says, "Oh, this person's hacking," I don't necessarily think that person should be banned. But, behind closed doors, I'm going to say, what, if you're an asshole, you're just going to have to eat whatever's given to you at that point. Like, consequences for your actions, dude.
Yeah. I'll say, Counter-Strike Go has a really cool system of detecting hackers. Do you guys know about this?
Help me out.
Not firsthand.
Our
It's
listeners
called,
might not.
I'm pretty sure. I haven't played Counter-Strike in almost a year. It's called Overwatch, and you can go into it once you're high enough rank, and you have so many hours in Counter-Strike. You can go and review people's games that have been flagged by other players as hackers. And you can go and review it yourself and then submit a review, and then that'll go further on into Valve or whoever looks at it, and then that's when the people get banned. That's one way that I love dealing with hackers because, cheaters.
I mean,
because
you always have that time tax from bureaucracy, but you still get your justice.
Yeah.
See, and that's, I think, where, like, I disagree with the situation, because fundamentally I don't think stream sniping is cheating, because it's because the streamer is using a third-party service to show himself to the world. You're opening your door for these trolls. If you're that concerned with the purity of this game and not having this problem, nobody's twisting your arm to stream. That's because I don't think it's cheating. If you're using a hacking program to land headshots around corners or like stuff like that, that is you're breaking the game at its core level, and you should be punished for sure. The stream sniping thing, I think that's the gray area to me, because I hate it. I hope it doesn't happen, but
I had a roommate that played paintball, and what up, Brad? And he gets furious because he's kind of like us, loathes cheating, loves winning, right? But when you win, you want to win. Like, I don't know why people would cheat. Like, I just don't get it.
In the back of your head.
Yeah,
it's not a true win.
Yeah, it makes your win poison. Like why would you want to front? You want to have that story about you being a winner. So I don't get it. But anyway, he likes paintball a whole lot. Spends a lot of money to play it because it's an expensive sport. Has to deal with people wiping paint off of their thing when they get legally hit. And then if the ref misses it, they keep going. And this can be consequence to, tournaments. Who wins a tournament? People spend money on gas and food and time off work to get out there to play. And he can't explain. He just says it's just part of the game. You're just going to have douchebags.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
it adds a layer of things you have to deal with, right? If you're playing paintball and dealing with wipers, you got to really make sure that you keep your eyes on them. You got the refs keeping their eyes on them. There are things you can do, but it's kind of outside your control. With stream sniping, there are things you can do. You can run at a delay. You can do the things that, Disrespect does, in which, covering your map and, things like that, running a delay. So, I think that there needs to be some discretion on part of the streamer. But like you said, I think the developer has somewhat of a, responsibility to the players to
they do
have
if
some
they
sort of
have
system.
evidence.
Yes.
Have a system, gather their evidence, and then administer a ban. So, I don't believe Summit did anything, really. I think it's unfortunate what's happening with him right now and the backlash from fans, because it's just a difficult pickle to be observed being in the middle in. It's kind of hard to be graceful. But I don't think it's his doing. It's an actual punishment being handed out so quickly. But they maintain that there was evidence. They can track lobby. What would you say, migration. They can do all that. So, in a tweet, they assured that it was, they had a link to an assurance that it was justified and researched.
And I'm sure it was.
Yeah, it's just, I think there needs to be a nice, big, clear line of what you can and can't do and what's, fair and not fair.
I mean, there's PUBG and then there's Belichick ball.
I think they really want to get out the message. There's a lot of eyes on this game. There's a lot of people playing, and I think, Bluehole wants to be like, hey, we're serious about this. This is a serious game. Lots of people are here. We don't want people coming in and wrecking, this game for other people. I've put in a decent amount of hours to the game. Haven't seen a hacker once, and that's kind of crazy to me. Like, that's really crazy to me.
Well, the swift kind of justice will keep that stuff away.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hopefully they can find a good way to, stave it off and, keep their streamers strong and, having a good time so that, the people like me who can't play this stupid game can watch somebody.
And we may not have all the facts, end of the day, there are 3 sides to every story, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Hopefully it's not some eggs got to get broken to make an omelet type of scenario where people have to suffer for, just a high-profile incident.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think there's any, bad guy in this situation because there's no clear rules. So it's very weird, right? The guy who's stream sniping, in my eyes, yeah, he's being a big dick, but he's got tools at his disposal that he can do that stuff. So,
Well, so if you're in class and you're taking a test and the person next to you just doesn't have their arm over their test, like they're the asshole when you take their answers, right? And ace the test?
If they're going to be bothered with you taking their answers, then yeah, you should probably cover your answers.
I don't know about all that.
All right. So,
hey,
on the Conflicted
I'm the king of exploiting things. You're talking to the wrong guy over here.
Fair enough.
Yeah, dude. We all make it through how we got to do it, dude. So, survival of the fittest, which is just the theme of the new game, Fortnite, which is just released by Epic Games, those Gears of War boys.
Yeah.
Man, I wanted to be up on this with the Eagle, but my Xbox is still on the fritz, whatnot. We had an argument, and I'm just not texting it back right now.
It moved out.
It's at a hotel.
I put it on ice. So we have this game, Fortnite. I haven't been able to play it yet, but I've been trying to watch gameplay, and Eagle keeps me up to date on his progress. But I think our folks at home so far, I don't know what reputations you think we may have, but the reputation that I think we have is that we spend some time with some unorthodox games as much as the highbrow, high attention ones. And Fortnite is definitely a unique kind of concept. Can you put it into words, Scott, is the question.
Absolutely not. So should we just move on, or should I try?
Yeah. Can I say RPG tower defense?
/zombie /Minecraft /7 Days to Die.
Zombie Craft to Die. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Zombie.
It is such a cool game with so many different things going on. I tried to explain it to Jacob in words earlier, and I found myself rambling for like 40 minutes. So I'm going to give these guys full reign to reel me in once I get a little crazy, because it's tough to explain.
Gotcha. You're tied in, bud.
Yeah, so again, this game's a really weird game in a weird situation. So to explain it the best I can, it has been on PC in a closed beta for a while. They've been working on it. Now, this game's been in development for years, too. This is not a new thing. So they've just recently released it on consoles. So I picked it up on Xbox. I picked up the Founders Pack, which is $40. They have some bigger packs with some more content, but that was kind of like their base one for release this week. And so it's still a closed beta, which is a little bit confusing. So they're letting you buy into the beta and play the full game with pretty much all the unlocks already kind of available to you.
Yeah, but the advantages will be apparent later for buying into a beta. I know we just talked about this exact issue, but this one's a little different.
This one's a little different, so that like next year it's supposed to be released fully, but it's supposed to be a free-to-play game. So like no cost to download and play. They're just gonna like a la carte, microtransaction you to death. Nickel and dime here and there. So the Founders Pack is supposed to get you all that stuff. But anyways, the game, what is Fortnite? It is this. You have like a base, like a home base,
A fort, if you will.
A fort, which you can defend at night. It's,
Yeah. I see where this is going.
Yeah. So you have like this home base fort, and it's a persistent thing throughout the game. So you can constantly build on it with their crafting system and building systems. Really neat. You have floors, walls, and ceilings made out of wood, stone, or metal. Fairly simple stuff. Now, where it gets complicated is you can put a wall down, and then you can customize like a window out of it, or you can make it like a waist-high wall, like half cover, and design your base out of this stuff. And every once in a while, you can trigger a wave of zombies to come attack your base, so that you can expand your footprint, like have a bigger base to deal with.
And you have to do this, right? It's like a rite of passage as your progress goes.
Exactly.
For your set?
Yes.
Gotcha.
If you want to progress through the storyline, which it does have. So to build up this base and get all your crafting materials, you have to run missions, which this is the part of the game that really confused me. It's very similar to like a strike in Destiny. You can go in with a team of 4 friends, or you can go get match made with some players. And it puts you into a set section of the map, and you loot through the city and, chopping down trees like Minecraft or Ark style.
Got you.
Gathering
because
materials.
You need to get the stuff to build your everything, right? Because you're going from the ground up, literally, in this game.
Exactly. And pretty much the whole world's destructible. So if there's a building in front of you, you can chop it down wall by wall. You can break the chairs in it. And that's where the crafting comes in. Now, the crafting is super complicated. To build a gun, you need, iron ore and metal and stringy things that you find in bushes and all this weird stuff. Then you craft it, and like the missions, you usually have a place to defend. It's like defend this van for 10 minutes. And so you build this one and done base that at the end of the mission it goes away. But the thing that had me all tied up is there's no time limit. You can take as long as you want in these missions for the most part. And finally, I learned that I'm supposed to spend a huge chunk of time just looting, because I can bring all that stuff back to my home base and build on that thing, which
nice.
Is super cool.
And that's what the real meat of it is supposed to be.
I think so. I think that's like where you get your friends in and you build this crazy base and launch zombie waves on it and test it and just keep going and going and going.
Now, can you and your friends' bases exist in one area, like a Minecraft server? Do you know anything about that? Have you read that?
No. To my knowledge, you have to choose a base to be like host for your gameplay. Like, if we all got into a room, we would either go to my base or your base. We could all build on it together, but it's one or the other.
Got it. And there's no PvP at all. There's no fort versus fort.
There's no fort versus fort. There are some leaderboards in a block party mode in which like you can trigger the same wave of zombies somebody else did and see how fast or how many points you can get during it.
That's neat.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. Seeing different ways to like stave off those. Like the game has a lot of traps, like on the floor and walls of items, so you can build like these death tunnels and kind of funnel them in there and have that do all the work for you instead of shooting them.
Yeah, but all this work and all this gameplay is all maintaining the same third-person camera aspect and everything, right? As if you're playing an action game or any other RPG. Just a lot on your plate when you first start up.
Yeah, like that's the one drawback to the game is that it has like a 10 to 15 hour barrier of entry. Like the first 10 hours I was constantly like, oh man, I don't know if this is for me. I'm not quite understanding things. Like every menu has 10 more menus and every skill point has 10 skill trees and it's so complicated. But then you go out into the world and like crafting and shooting zombies is so good. It's so much fun.
Yeah, is the fighting fun?
It's great. They have
awesome.
a huge, crazy range of loot. That's a whole nother aspect of the game is it's like a Destiny loot cycle. Like everything you shoot and everything you open has loot and like better loot and upgrades. And
you hear that, y'all? You shoot it, you loot it. You heard it here first.
Shoot it and loot it.
Hey, I'm gonna get that tattooed on my knuckles right under OPAF. And dang bang.
But like all that to say, man, it is like a really fun social game. and I think it's like super cool to play with friends. I think that's where it really shines. Is you and your buddies chilling, crafting materials, building this cool base, and like the world has cool things to find. Like earlier, I was playing and found a storm, like those storm doors next to a house. And like broke them down, and it has like a 3-story basement like filled with loot. Like what?
Nice.
Who would have ever known?
Looters welcome.
Is there like, I don't want to say matchmaking, but it's some sort of like you can join random servers?
So you can either do missions, which is like I was saying, like Destiny. It's an easy way for me to describe it. So like think of selecting a certain strike. Like this is the mission that I'm going on.
Right.
And it will try and find you some partners.
Cool.
But like I've had happen to me, sometimes it doesn't. And like playing that game alone is kind of no fun.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. It's stressful. Because you can get attacked from all sides, and having to like maintain your forts and stuff like that is tough while fighting. Yeah. But possible.
I'm sure my viewpoint isn't necessarily shared on this, but as somebody who's a little zombied out, you know what I mean? I kind of like the animation style and like the secondary kind of approach that they take to the world. It's looks like it was made for you to just have a relaxing time, like building your stuff, not really meant to make you scared or grossed out or, other triggers of anxiety, which I'm sure there are people out there that love that. I'm just not trying to sit down and chill and just hear like, all the time. Like after work and stuff, or whatever.
A perfect example is most of the zombies don't make much noise, and to be fair, they're not even called zombies. I think the game calls them husks because they're like in a human skin. Like, the alien from Men in Black, like the first guy, like, I need sugar water.
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. They're wearing human skin, and, they're kind of chill. Some of them throw things at you, but just like you said, it's a nice place to chill out, relax, not be scared or stressed out.
They hold a bit of a resemblance to the Plants vs. Zombies, I would say.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say.
Like, like trying to put it into words for folks at home, it's like cartoonish, but it's not like a cartoon. It's just a lighter take on the world, more animated style of things.
Yeah, and with all that being said, I think, some things they really need to work on is the UI, the heads-up display that you see on screen. You can barely see what you're doing because there's just so many things on screen.
Oh, jeez. It is covered.
Cooldowns and ammo.
Yeah.
Absolutely draped in information. Like I wear gold chains. Just draped in HUD.
But, that could be cleaned up. That's not a problem because the gameplay's there and it's fun and it works well. So I'm excited to see what happens to it. I would suggest jumping in. The free-to-play stuff kind of scares me because I can see the drapings of it around the menus and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, ugh, it's going to be a grind if you don't want to pay money. But
now, you wouldn't say for the $40 price tag that we paid on this, do you have $40 worth of DLC? Will the stuff be that expensive, like craft packs and stuff? Like what do you get for all that, if you can even tell just yet? Because I know it's really early stages, so we don't know what they'll start out a character with on day one.
So I think they're going to keep character classes because it's kind of got like an Overwatch thing where you have like soldier classes and assassin classes and like all sorts of stuff. I would be willing to bet that they'll gate that behind money. Like if you want to be able to play with an assassin, it's $5. If you want to play with an outlander, $5.
And to bring it back, that's what I was saying. Like trying to put it together based on what I've seen, what Eagles told me, watch him play. It's like it's such a quirky game that it's like tower defense RPG. You build your own tower. You're spending a lot of your time running out just to get the materials to literally build it. And then you defend it. I mean, it's what it is over a long period of time. It's a grinder.
It is, and it's fun. I think it's fun, and it's more accessible than it looks. Like I don't think you should be turned off by how it looks or the information on screen. Because like I said, it takes a few hours, but it does kind of show you the way through it, and it's not so bad kind of when you get it all, under your belt.
Dripping in data.
Yeah. For people who like menus, it should be home base.
Yeah. For sure. Well, thanks for taking on the brunt of describing that for us there, Eagle. I'll be
and
on
I'm really
there
sorry
with
for
ya.
all the listeners' ears. I'm sure I did a horrible job, but it's a weird game. You gotta go look at it, and I think you'll understand where I'm coming from.
You're good, dude. You're good. Those listeners can go make their own show on Fortnite and show us how to do it. And when we hear it, we will rate and review. And and definitely subscribe. Also, if you have any opinions on PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and the stance with Summit, any opinions at all, go ahead and write into us.
Yeah. I'd be very curious to see what you guys think of stream sniping. Like, do you think that's like full-on cheating, like using hacking programs? Or
yeah, I agree. I disagree with Eagle. I think that's cheating. I think it's hard to prove, and I think if you do it, you know that, and you're being a douchebag. And all of your friendships and good relationships are based on false information because you're a clown acting in this world.
Throwing knives.
Jesus. He called you out.
I would drop this mic, but it was expensive.
Well, I think that's why it's such a volatile situation, because Jacob and I are very similar guys on how we feel and think, and we can see so differently on stuff like this. So
yeah,
people are bound to pop off and make it an issue. So we'd love to hear what you guys think.
It's true, because not to make a fight out of it, just to make a quick comment, I cannot understand how you don't think that's cheating.
Yeah, don't stream.
Don't stream. I know that you are fucking cheating. All right. I felt awkward, so
It's okay.
Little disagreement in the clubhouse.
It's all right. Black Eye's coming soon.
Well, I guess since we already started talking about subscribing and all that fun stuff, before we get into overachievers, y'all want to run that down here real quick? Again, we are at edgystances.com. A whole lot easier to remember. If you just put a hot link on your server or just, on your cell phone, you can stream our shows from the website. We're podcasters turned YouTubers primarily. So we just started up a YouTube channel with the episodes and hopefully some other content coming soon, because we have busy brains and we're very creative dudes. And hopefully get some more stuff on there. But right now, just for ease of sharing, you can find our episodes on YouTube. If you don't know how the old podcasters work, where can they find us podcasting, boys?
You should probably check on iTunes. If you're asking me, I like it there. It's a fun home.
Yeah. Cozy.
My go-to is Podcast Addict, but I'm pretty sure that anywhere that iTunes connects with, we will be there.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And we'd love some ratings and reviews. That really helps us. 5 stars would be awesome. You can also reach us directly at our Twitter at Edgy Stances. Anything Edgy Stances, just Google it. You'll go to the right place.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
I think there might be a glitch going on right now that if you don't rate us 5 stars, it won't show up. So just rate the 5 stars.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that the rating goes through, because anything below that, it can't really go through.
And anything below that, you're clearly hacking, and you're going to be banned for 7 days.
Anything below that, and I'll stream snipe you. I'm coming.
But Scott thinks that's cool. So do
how many Twitch tabs I got open right now? Yeah. I'm watching all you fruitcakes.
I'm too busy bricking up my front door right now because it's my fault I'm gonna get robbed. Okay, so one more thing to add to all that. We do stuff live too. Please talk to us. Please say hi to us. We'll talk to you on the show or whatnot. Not literally as an interview, but if it's appropriate, maybe we'll read some emails out loud. You can also find us live streaming on the major streaming mediums, mixing and twitching, and that's at Edgy Stances as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Overachievers. If you're new to the show, Overachievers is a segment that Eagle takes the helm of. He looks at achievements for games in the past and basically judges all of you for not finishing what you spent all your money on. And actually, we're quite surprised all the time by some of the figures that come out on the achievements achieved in these games and their rarity, if people bothered with it or not. August is coming, which means the sports game moon is rising, and those werewolves are about to come out in droves. And on Bloodshot Eyes and Sore Thumbs, we love gaming, and that's not exclusive. I'm not the most versed with sports games, but we know that you're out there. And I'm excited about the new FIFA. I might be scooping that, but we need to include, our any fans that we may have, that like those games as well.
Well, as a gamer myself who listens to a whole bunch of gaming podcasts, I can see that esports and sports games in general are just not covered. And, we know that, these are some of the most biggest selling games out there. And, we want to give you guys a little bit of content too. I've played Madden my whole life. I love it.
Yeah.
Really excited for 18 to have some sort of single player storyline. That's nuts.
Like I said, I'm hyped for FIFA, and a lot of it has to do with this single-player storyline stuff. Really, like getting high-named actors to do the voices and all that. High-named, what does that even mean? Like famous people.
Here's my son, Cannabis.
Yeah.
He's high-named. And moving right along.
Sorry, Eagles parents. I don't tell them to do it.
So with all that being said, like Jacob said, this fall it's always sports time. We've got Madden, the 2Ks, this year NBA Live's coming out. I mean, what's going on at EA? I don't know. They're bringing it back. But so this week for overachievers, we're going to look at Madden 2017, the one that came out last year.
That's my Madden. Boom.
I'm painting yellow circles on my screen.
Boom.
Tough acting overachievers. Boom.
Yeah, I don't think he asked if he got itchy toes. I just couldn't remember what the commercial went like.
Dude, just add that to our WebMD SEO, okay? Just
toes itchy? Yeah, Bloodshot Eyes, Itchy Toes, Sore Thumbs podcast.
I need
it's got a nice ring.
I like it.
Just flows right off the tongue.
We're gonna change our name to just Cancer. Welcome to the Cancer Podcast.
Welcome to the Life is Fleeting and You Shouldn't Hold On to It podcast.
Our new mascot, the Grim Reaper, is here to join us today.
Hey, what's up? Hello, boys. Okay, Madden 2017 achievements, overachievers. We're
ready. Let's get through this.
So, speaking of Grim Reapers, Madden 2017. Let's
So, on overachievers, we like to look at some of the most popular achievements, or should I say most common, not popular, as well as the rarest. So, kicking off today is the Move Master achievement, which is the most common achievement in Madden 17, which is to successfully fake out a defender when prompted to perform a ball carrier special move. Achievement unlocked for the most words in achievement. Jeez.
It's pretty specific.
Yeah.
Very specific, but it has been unlocked by 55.47% of gamers, so, not a heavy percentage, but it is the most.
Yeah, half of y'all got handles.
Half of y'all got handles.
Half y'all got handles. The other half, I don't know, tried Jenga.
Yeah. Oh, that requires handles too, so.
My Jenga didn't have handles. You had to push the blocks out of the thing the old-fashioned way.
Oh, you had the old school Jenga then, huh?
Yeah, we didn't have the
Jenga
handles.
Classic.
We didn't have the handles.
We didn't have Jenga handles.
They had Velcro on both sides.
Well, moving on, the achievement for Mousetrap, which I don't know who's trying this, but congratulations. You get this achievement for executing a successful fake punt for a first down.
That's tough.
Whoa.
That's tough in Madden, dude.
That's tough. It is tough. But that has been completed by 24.67% of players, so good on you guys.
Sure.
So the next achievement we took a look at was Antifreeze, which is to make a field goal while iced. You guys know what icing a kicker is?
While chugging a Smirnoff?
Yeah, you get him you sneak up on him with the gun, and you. What?
Oh. No, Eagle. What is that?
All right, so in the real
when you get
game
your coffee made in a. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, yeah. So icing a kicker in real life is calling a timeout right before they're about to kick a field goal.
That's so dirty. That's like stream sniping. Oh!
Which
Cheating.
I'm glad it's not cheating. Woo. But calling a timeout right before a kicker has to kick a field goal. He's got to sit there and think about it for a few minutes. So it's just a mind game thing.
Yeah.
But in Madden 2017, they added the ability to actually do that to kickers. So if you made a field goal while iced, you got the achievement for antifreeze, and you will join 16.48% of players. So getting pretty low down there.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
The life of the kicker, man.
Jeez.
It's like a
That's
different
actually-
planet, I bet.
That's actually really neat. I didn't know that was called a thing, and that it wasn't capable, or you weren't able to do that until Madden 17. That's pretty cool.
I could be
did-
wrong, but
Did
if
you
it's
know
an
they did that in
achievement,
real life in football?
Well, I guess I never really thought of it. I don't watch football.
I can tell you one
not
of
a
the
fan.
funniest moments in my life is I had a kicker who was about to be iced on national television, and he called a timeout himself.
What?
He
He iced himself?
just knew it was going to happen, huh?
Staring
Saw
at
him
the other
sitting there
team
with
the whole
this-
time. Like, I'll ice myself. I don't care.
Just all those Smirnoffs just in that six-pack, just ready
Yeah.
to...
Finally, I'll hit him.
Yep.
All right,
Iced.
so I know you guys didn't play much Madden. I sure did, and I did not get this achievement because it's the hardest thing to do in the world. And that is threw down the gauntlet again, which is to defeat the level 25 boss of the skills trainer gauntlet.
What? There are bosses in Madden? There are boss battles in Madden?
Dude, you don't want Madden's boss battles, bro. It's like, it's full on Ray Lewis.
Whatever,
on
dude.
roids.
I got my sharp long sword of Astra plus 10, dude.
But that was completed by 2.48% of players. And just to kind of explain the gauntlet, it's basically a mini game in which it just gets progressively harder and harder. I remember one of the levels I was struggling with is basically you're returning a kick, but it's against like 25 people. Like,
What?
with no blockers. Like it's just this mayhem, that you got to get through. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But so I have no idea what the level 25 boss looks like, but I don't want to see it. So moving on, got a couple more. I thought the Triple Crown achievement was pretty neat. That was to record a sack, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery with the same player on a single play.
Whoa.
So yeah, you got to sack the quarterback, make him fumble, pick up the ball.
Pick up, get going.
You'll get this achievement just like Secretariat. And you'll join 16.60% of players who have unlocked that.
Nice, dude. Nice. I bet that's
And
tough.
yeah, dude, that's got to be a crazy play, that's for sure. But so to finish it off, we always like to look at the most rare achievement in the game, and all you Patriots fans will like this one. This is the Tom Brady Legacy Award. And
Tom fucking Brady. How's my Boston accent on that?
pretty bad.
Perfect.
Really?
Oh, sorry.
Really?
No. Oh.
I can't wait to talk to
Seems we're at an
somebody from
impasse.
Boston.
Jeez. Where'd you
Get
get
my
that
ass
sound bite? But anyways, to get this achievement, you have to use a created player, coach, or owner and surpass a legacy score of 25,000, which having played a little bit of that game, I can tell you is pretty much impossible. That is spending several seasons in that mode, which is no
It's
fun.
not completely impossible for a certain percentage of the population of Madden players on the Xbox One.
Yeah, you overachievers, 0.85% of you crazy folks.
Ooh, less than one of you. A
Well,
body
the
with no
millions
head
of copy this
got the
sells.
Tom Brady Legacy Award.
Crazy. But so yeah, that's the rarest achievement in the game. If you have that, congratulations to
Yeah,
you.
dude,
You
that's
are
pretty
part
tight.
of an elite group.
Very elite. That's 0.85% on Madden. Everybody plays Madden,
I know.
but not as much as you. So roll that up
Wow.
and smoke it, bro.
Yeah.
Or sis.
Yeah. And then you might have a high name.
Hey, just to say, Brent means high place.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have a high name.
It's
I
like
really do.
it's like hits blunt. Yo, they call me Hysis.
Jeez.
Got him.
On that note,
Yeah, well, you know I'm a stay, Amber. Thank you very much, everybody who came out this week and listened. Thank you every week, and this is just your first time. Please make next week be your second time, and stick with us. Say hello to us. We already went down the contact information, and I'm going to leave it to the boys to say goodbye to y'all.
Goodbye.
you put him on the spot, didn't you?
I
I hope you guys have the best day you've ever had.
Yeah. Screen sniping is cheating.